Alright, hello everyone. It's Ouija versus Master. He's Ouija, I'm Master. Today we're talking about maps we'd pick for a Modern Warfare Battle Royale. And the first one we have here is a state from Modern Warfare 2. What do you think, Jose?
I think it's gonna be a good map. Like to put in, it's a classic. You feel me?
What made me think of this map was like that house in the middle. I just like remember like people going for that when we played Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. All the campers that used to be camping in there.
Another thing, I don't know if you remember this, there's like this little boathouse and there's like water in the back of the map. Do you
Yeah, I
remember that?
remember that.
So
Yeah.
that would be great for the battle royale. And here you can see like these vehicles here. So like get those out the way. Actually allow like vehicles in the game to be able to drive up and down.
Yeah. And if they put like a river, like how Black Ops 4 has it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could probably implement it, on the corner, making it, where you can access it from the water also.
Another thing I remember from this, oh, there was like this greenhouse thing with like plants, I believe, but it wasn't really much. Like it was like
Yeah,
ruined, of
because
course.
I think it was one of the spawns, I believe, right?
Yeah, there's like another part of this map I feel like I'm not remembering, but those are like the two memorable areas, like the house and that greenhouse, from what I
Yeah.
remember. And what I was gonna say is like there were like a multiple levels to the house. There was like that, I'd say the attic area, the first floor, and then that basement at the bottom. So it'd be
Yeah.
cool to see that in the battle royale. Should we move on?
Yeah.
So the next map here, I have the hill map from the current Modern Warfare. What do you
Yeah, I
think?
think this is also a good map also because I like how the way it plays in gunfight, so it'll be cool if they could even do it on a bigger scale or or keep it the same size, and since it follows the wood theme or some stuff like that, it'll be easier for them to implement it into their game.
Yeah, what I was thinking is like, yo, this would actually go really well with the state, like the theme it has going. And I feel like
Yeah.
this could be used as like a transition to actually get to a state.
Yeah. Because since they both have like the same, you know, woods and all that stuff, scenery, let's put it at that, it'll be easier for them to mix both of them together.
I feel like one of the problems may be like this may not be a good path for vehicles, like the bigger four-door vehicles, but possibly like
Right.
I'd say mongooses they could fit on the roads in this map, but they could always like edit it to make it wider.
Yeah. And even through that little track that's on the side, it'll be easier for them to pass through if you think about it. Like if maybe they make a little walkway or maybe even the trench and stuff like that too. Like a ramp over it or something would be cool.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
All right. So a terminal. What do you think?
I mean, of course, another classic, you know what I'm saying?
Was this a classic, or do you think they forced this one, like Terminal? Because it's been in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. What do you think?
To me, I think it's a classic. I mean, a lot of people always like this map from what I remember. And I always had fun playing this map. You can say it's one of my favorite maps from Modern Warfare, to be honest.
Mm. Yeah, there's more they can do with this. Like you see where like I guess the blue stripe plane on the left there, they could like expand like the whole what do you call that? Again, like the airstrip, I would say.
Yeah,
They could
you can
like
say that,
expand that.
and maybe even make the airport more in depth. Also, like in depth, also like maybe do a bottom floor, second floor, top floor, stuff like that. Make it or like make loot spawn inside the planes and stuff like that would be cool too.
Yeah. Oh, these little vehicles here, the airport vehicles that you I guess carry luggage with, they could make something with that, like make those available to be used here.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because I don't think that's been done
Nah, you probably be driving around the, with a bunch of people or whatever. That'd be cool.
So I circled that red thing there, and I was thinking like, yo, a state can be over there because like you see like these trees, and then looks like a forest area. So maybe like they have like a wire that's cut, and then you like escape through that area, and in that direction there's a state, but there's like a
Right.
grass area like leading to it, but eventually it gets to that forest area.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, and possibly like boats. So like there's like a river in between that area where you get to there, and then there's like boats
Yeah,
available.
and
So
they can make it like on the corner of the map. That way, the water surrounds it. Because if you think about it, airports they're usually surrounded by water, so it'll be cool.
I thought of Los Santos because it's like that's the
Oh
case
yeah,
for that. Yeah. All
since
right.
it's surrounded by water. Because if you think about it, most airports are like that, so it makes it easier for them to land. That way, they see the strip.
That's true. All right. Should we move on now?
Yeah,
All right, Favela. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's another good map. There's a lot of places where you can hide and stuff like that, and it'll make it, interesting gunfights and stuff.
From what I remember, this map was like brought back into Call of Duty Ghost. Do
I
you remember
believe so.
that?
Yeah,
I feel
I
like it was for
remember that.
DLC, so I feel like it'd be cool to see this map again.
Yeah,
The problem I thought is like, yo, this probably isn't good for vehicles at all.
yeah. It'll probably be a vehicle-free zone unless they make it wider, like edit it into there where they make it available.
Yeah, I was thinking like even for like landing helicopters, where would you land a helicopter here? Probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be good.
I mean, you could probably land it on top of the building and drop down. Because if you think about it, it was like the top floor, middle floor, and then the ground where you could be running around also.
So do you see like that background there with the I'd say the mountains?
Yeah.
Do you think they'd make that available to be used if this was put in a battle royale?
It would be cool if they make it accessible. That way, if you could like, jump to the top of the mountain or.
And that's like a different perspective of favela I guess people haven't seen before because that's never
Yeah.
been available. That's just been the background.
So they could be like, open world type thing. Or maybe you make it where you can jump off the mountain or something, like, parachute. It'd be kind of cool.
One vehicle I thought that could be used for this was dirt bikes because like that can get up and down the stairs and like really maneuver through the map.
Yeah. Like, motorcycle stuff like that.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
All right, so Rust.
Rust is, that's another classic.
Yeah. What I
A
was
lot of
thinking,
1v1s on there,
yeah.
from what I remember.
What I was thinking is like, yo, they don't take this seriously at all. They make this like into a smaller version and like make it sort of like a playground. So it's just something like that resembles Rust, but it's not actually Rust.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And now that I think of it, they could even, it would be cool if they put this in gunfight too. That'd be a
Yeah,
good map.
that's
Yeah.
that's that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could fit in gunfight to be honest.
Yeah,
The
because
two
if
v
they
two.
already have shipment, if you think about it, and shipment is real small, so it'll be cool if they put like a 2v2 in this.
I just think it'd be annoying if the dude was like hiding at the top.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
the
real
only thing.
advantage there.
Yeah, once you get up there, it's a wrap,
Mm.
because you have full, view of the whole map, so.
Another thing I was thinking is like they could surround this area with the desert.
Yeah.
Should we move on?
Mhm.
All right. So high rise.
High rise is cool. I feel like it'll be kind of hard for them to put it in there, but I feel like if they make it like cargo, what was that place in Black Ops 4? Like, that has the, was it cargo? Not cargo docks, but construction site. So if they make it something like that, it'll make sense.
One thing I was thinking is like this would be a terrible place for the circle to end.
Yeah, because you would have to fight from all the floors all the way up if you think about it.
And I was thinking like that helicopter that you see there, that could be used, but you see like there's a crane directly above it, so I guess they could just rotate that thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was thinking
Or
like,
it'd be
yo,
cool if they
oh, you can
make,
say,
like if you can make the crane move and stuff like that.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like the cranes can be used as transportation to get up and down the building. But I was
Yeah.
thinking like maybe people don't like that, so maybe they just allow you to rappel down by yourself. What do
Yeah.
you think?
That'd be cool. Or they could put like elevators how they have in construction site in Black Ops 4.
Another thing I thought was like, yo, this could be like the battle royale itself, just like this building, like fighting through this building here.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
That'd
big
be
enough.
pretty cool.
Oh, another thing I was thinking like adding in finishers, so like you can throw someone off the building and just like hear them screaming as they fall down.
That'd be pretty sick, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought that would be funny. I had like John Cena in mind, like the FU where you like throw them off the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's silly.
Or like the choke slam thing,
Yeah, the
and
Undertaker one. I'm thinking
yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
yeah. What's his name? The Big Show. When he grabs you by the neck and he just like slams you down.
Mm,
Instead of he just grabbing you by the neck, throwing you off of the building.
uh,
That'd be pretty sick.
yeah. Should we move on? Is there anything else we should touch on? I feel like that's it.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one here we have is hard hat. What do you think?
I feel like I like this map too, 'cause of the all the areas that it'll bring and stuff like that for you to fight in. So I feel like it's another good map.
I felt like this could go below high rise because it has like a similar theme going, which is like unfinished construction. But
That is true. So that way they could put it, they could even put it side by side or right under it.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Mm,
So it'll be easy for them to, transition, one map into the other.
yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasteland. What are you thinking?
I feel like it's another good map because of how spread out it is. And since it's a big map, if you think about it, it'll be easier for them to put it in.
One thing I thought was like this would be good for vehicles. Like you could have bikes, helicopters, and like even a tank here.
Yeah.
Mm,
And the sniping,
yeah,
that
that
was
would be
everybody's
annoying.
favorite weapon there. Yeah.
Especially
Or
in
the
a
head glitching and all that stuff.
yeah, I'm thinking like it would be annoying to be sniped here in the battle royale.
Yeah. Especially you have like a gully suit or whatever. Remember how people used to just lay down on the floor? You didn't even know they were there.
Yeah, that would be terrible. But this would like be cool.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a good addition.
Feel like there was like a spec ops mission or something in this area or like somewhere similar. I don't know if you remember that.
I think I do remember. And you have a gully suit. It's the same way,
Yeah,
and you're crawling through and they don't even
I
know.
believe you're sniping too in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see the like all the enemies walking past by you. Even a tank, I think, like rolls by you and stuff like that too. Just pretty cool.
Should we move on?
hmm
All right. So bailout. Do you remember this map at all?
I like vaguely remember it, but
I remember this because it was like in the stimulus package, and that's the only like DLC I got from Modern Warfare 2. There was one that I believe that came after this as well that I never got, but I thought this was pretty cool.
yeah,
It's like has this resort theme to it, and on the left you see those images where there's a tank, police car, and some other vehicles there. So I guess that can be cleared. That little
yeah,
entrance can be opened up so you can like drive vehicles through here. And if the circle's ending, I think this would be a pretty good spot to come to because it's like I don't feel like there's many barriers that would stop you from entering this area.
Right. And it'd be cool if you could like they make it where you could like reach the roofs or maybe make some openings in some buildings would be cool too. That way you have cover.
Mm, what do you think about wasteland leading to this area to bail out?
I feel like it'll be like good, it'll be easier for them to put it side by side.
I'm gonna go back to wasteland real quick. I'm trying to I was trying to see like why did I think that, but I guess because of like the trees. I was thinking
Yeah.
maybe it goes together, but mm, I guess yeah.
Because it's kind of wasteland, and then you see this like the resort is kind of it looks kind of abandoned if you think about it. Not abandoned, but you see the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
So the scenery does match if you think about it. Like if they put it on the outside of it, or like crossing into each other.
Mm. All right. Next one. So we have dome here. What do you think?
This is like another favorite map of mine from Modern Warfare 3. Maybe they could even put it outside of what was the other map?
I'm thinking Rust.
Yeah, next to Rust, since it has the same theme
Yeah,
going on with the
that's what I
sand
was
and stuff like
thinking.
that.
But I wasn't sure. I'm like, does that really fit? But yeah, I think it could. I'm just hesitant
Yeah,
on that. Mm,
because I feel like it matches because of the sand and all that stuff. So probably be good for them to put it next to each other.
that's true. One thing I'm thinking is like, this won't be good for vehicles at all.
Unless I mean that is true, but unless they clear it out, you know what I'm saying, like the tanks and the thing, and maybe they would have to take down the fence so you'd be able to drive over it
Yeah,
or make
but
like the entrance bigger.
like the image on the right, it shows like that building there. I feel like that would be good for battle royale because
Yeah,
you can have good fights over there.
and the underground part too,
Yeah,
or they could even make it where like you could go inside the dome.
that image on the right, it kind of shows like the underground is kind of outside of the map. So I feel like from outside of the map, you would be able to get into that underground region.
Yeah,
And that fence is kind of like broken down, so I guess you could get in it from the outside.
yeah. Or they could make some holes in the fence where you could like walk through.
Mm. All right, should we go to the next image?
Yep.
All right, so the next one, I left this in. I'm a fool. The next one, we got all the MW3 maps. Is there any more you think that could go in here?
Let's see what we got. I mean, maybe outposts, but then again, if you have the scenery that we were talking about, like the woodland, I said woodland, woodlands or whatever. I mean, it'll be kind of hard for them to put a snow part into there, but if they make it maybe like on top of a mountain, you
Mm.
know,
Last
kind
minute map additions, I feel like Village would really go well here, but I feel like that's it.
yeah, that's pretty much it. And then they could probably save the other maps, for when they refresh the map and they just add in new ones or they take out old ones.
That would actually work. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a really good point. All right, we can end there. All right, guys, it's Luigi versus Master. We'll see you later.
Later.